Hey there, this is Dr. Zula from your FYU 130 class at Post University. I just wanted to touch base with you regarding something you'll have to use for weeks 4, 5, and 6, and that is how do you do a SAM assignment? So inside your week 4 folder for researching like a pro, you got MindTap readings and activities, and you may have gotten to word assignment 1. And that is a simulation. It brings up a window, it shows you some things, it talks to you, you get to watch. And I think both Word Assignment 1 and Word Assignment 2 kind of allow you to be interactive if you want to be, but it's not really working in the Word application. Word Assignment 3 does require you to work in the Word application. Now, you may be saying to yourself right now, I don't have the Word application. Well, you do, and I'll show you how. But here's how you get started in Word Assignment 3. You click on the link, and as you do that, you should see on your computer the same thing I'm seeing on mine, and that is it comes up to MindTap with this screen right here, and you click the Start button, and what you'll see are these 3 rectangles, right? This first rectangle tells you that you're going to need to download some files. This one here says you need to save your work up to SAM or upload it up to SAM when you're finished. And this is submitting your file for grades. So I'm going to go through those. I'm not going to do everything because everything would take too long and nobody would watch the video. So I'm going to describe what needs to happen. What needs to happen is we're going to start with downloading these files, and you can see your browser should do the same thing mine does. It's downloading this file here. That's the word processing document we're going to start with. It's going to download this JPEG file. It's an image file. And then let's deal with those first. So here's my File Explorer button. And you should have your OneDrive just like I've got mine. Now, yours obviously is going to seem something different, and you're not going to have all the same ones, but this is my personal OneDrive. I've got a Microsoft account. This is my post-university OneDrive, and this is my OneDrive for another employer, right? So when I clicked in my browser to download, your browser should be set to download them to a particular place, just like mine was. You can find that place if you click on the little button in Google Chrome anyway. See this little folder icon? If you click that little button, it will open up specifically that folder where you downloaded those files. So if you don't know how to find it, that's a great easy way to find it. Now, these are the 2 files I need. Here I am back in my File Explorer. I'm going to go to my post-university OneDrive. Here's my FYU 130 class. I'm maybe going to put it right in there. Oh, look, I created one already. So I create a folder for Word 3. Right? And so in the Word 3 folder, I want the Word 3 files. Right? So I'm just going to take them from here, put them over there. All right, so here's the 2 files I need. They're in my post OneDrive. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you don't have the Word application, you are going to need to do it this way. All right, you're going to need to use the Microsoft Office application that is part of Office 365. So go to your post sign-in page. I have to click on faculty login. You should click on student login. My login screen is going to look a little different than yours, so don't worry about that. But what you should see on your login screen is something very similar to what I've got, which is Office 365. It might be a button across the top. It might be, on a menu, but somewhere inside your post-university student login screen will be Office 365. You're probably used to seeing it because you use it to get your email, right? That's pretty common. All right, I'm going to click on the continue button so that I can go to my Microsoft 365. Here is where you got to go. This is the applications you have as part of Office 365, and Word is one of them. All right. Once you get here, it's going to tell you, it's probably going to give you this button for sign in. I really am already signed in, but you've got to do this so you can get connection to your OneDrive. Click the sign in button, sign in with your post-university ID, and this is kind of the entry point of Word and how to deal with Word. I'm going to click the Show All Documents link so that I can see all my folders and files that are in OneDrive. I'm going to click the My Files button, which is going to give me my folders, which includes our FYE 130 class. Here's our Word folder that I created, and here's my new Microsoft Word document. When I click on that, it opens the Word document in Microsoft Word 365 inside the browser. So you don't have to have the Microsoft Word application installed on your computer. By the way, you can get it. Where is it at? Right here. Right, it says install Microsoft 365 apps. This is your Office 365 homepage. If you scroll down to it, you'll see it, install Microsoft 365 apps. Now, if you've got an Apple operating system, relatively, in the last 15 years, computer or laptop with an Apple operating system, that should work. If you've got a Windows operating system computer application, that should work. It will not work on an Android phone. It will not likely work on a Google Chrome Chromebook. But this, if you've got a computer platform that you can install it on, you can install Microsoft 365 apps, which would be Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. But if you don't, I'm sorry, not Access. But if you don't, it keeps asking me to sign in. If you don't, you can use the web version. All right, and this is the document. This is my new Microsoft Word document. All right, so now I've gotten my application started, and now I'm going to click on my instructions. All right, so these are the instructions for my assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my one instruction window over here and my other document window over here, and I'm going to read through my instructions. So it starts me on the roughly right page, tells me here's what we're going to do in this project, it shows you what the project is going to end up looking like, and then it says here are the things you're going to do. Nothing to do yet, just getting you oriented to here's what's going to happen, and then here is the first thing that says start Word and create a blank document. So because this is a graded assignment, you have to download the file. We already did that. And it says to open up the document inside Word, but you can't do that. So we've done it in Office 365. Right? I said I imagine you can't do that. You can do it in the regular application. That's no problem. But once you've got the document open, now you're going to follow instructions. It's at the very first, because this is the first time you've done this, it's a lot of running through the paces. So it says, check to see the print layout button, check to see this, check to see that, check to see the other. And you're not really doing anything except for becoming familiar with the Microsoft Word interface so that you know what all these things look like and how they work. All right. But the key really is the orange numbers. All right. I'm not seeing any yet. All right, but this is showing you around the user interface. All right, so here's one. It says click. Okay, so here's something they want you to do. Click on a different tab and look at those things. Here's actually just more looking. All right, tells you to adjust the margins. All right, so it says click on the layout ribbon, display the layout tab, click margins and display margins gallery. Click narrow. Okay, let's see if we've got narrow margins. So here's the layout. Where are my margins? My margins are here. You want me to have narrow? All right. So it doesn't look like anything happened, but I set my margins to narrow. All right. So next, how do you enter text into a document? All right. Now I'm skipping through this quickly, not reading, but you should read. All right, so it says to begin the flyer, do this. All right, so here's the magic thing you got to look for, the orange numbers. It says type house for sale. All right, so I got to type house for sale. This is a computer application that's going to read everything exactly. So even though it's really not appropriate to capitalize sale, which is a word in the middle of a sentence, that's what it wants you to do. That's what we're going to do. SALE exclamation point. All right. What if I make a mistake? These are all questions that it's helping you understand how to use Word. Press Enter to move the insertion point. All right. There's Enter. And now it says next page. All right. Click on the View ribbon. Look at these things. Change the zoom if you want to. Okay. Display formatting marks. All right. If you want to do that, you can do that. How to use word wrap. Okay, well, that's not real. It's already automatically on. So how does it work while you're typing? So here's what it says. Located in Whispering Oaks subdivision. Located in WHIS Pering Oaks subdivision. This cozy, cozy spelled wrong, home with three, I'm going to start typing BE. So it's showing you a feature of Word. It says start by typing the word bedrooms, and it's saying, oh, look, I bet you want to say bedrooms. It's telling you here, use the tab key, and you can see it will type bedrooms for you. So if you're not a great typer like me, you might want to use text predictions if you want. So we're going to continue, and 2.5 bathrooms provides a warm, now watch what happens there, warm, comma, welcoming. All right, so it's already on word wrap. It automatically puts it to the next line. You don't have to set anything. Feeling throughout, period. Listed at only $215, comma, 0, exclamation point. All right. So you get the point. I don't really need to go step by step and do all the steps for you. But what you want to do is bring up your document. If you've got Word, the application, that's fine. It's going to work great in Word, the application. But if you don't have Word, the application, because you've got a Google Chromebook or something, then bring up Office 365 and open it in Word in Office 365, and then you do your work. All right. So let's say you go page by page through all these things. All right. You're going to type this, you're going to type that, you're going to insert images, you're going to do all kinds of stuff. All right. I'm not going to do it. But here, I'll do one thing. I'll insert the picture. From where? From my OneDrive. Come on, baby. I know you can do it. Let me look at my folders. In my FYU 130 class, in my Word 3 folder. There's my picture. Okay, insert. All right, so that's some of the things that you're going to have to do, right? Follow the instructions. I'm not doing it correctly. I'm just showing you how to do it. So as you go through, it's going to tell you to change your fonts, change your themes, center your paragraphs, etc., etc. You're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. All right. After, let me see if I can skip faster. I think I can do it faster. After you're done, yeah, that's probably about right. After you've finished your document, somewhere around here, let's see, you can switch to read mode if you want, switch to a layout view if you want, save the document. Okay, so here's this is like almost at the end. So now I'm going to say File. I'm going to create a copy, put it online. I'm not going to name it that. Right? It's in my Word 3 folder, but now I'm going to name it SC underscore WD underscore 1 underscore real estate flyer formatted, and then I think it's underscore. My name, Matthew Zullo. Spelled it wrong. Okay. All right, and I'm going to create that copy. Now that's saving the document in my OneDrive. So let me take a look in my OneDrive. Here it is, SC underscore WD underscore 1 underscore real estate flyer formatted underscore Matthew Zullo. Okay, so now I've gotten to the end of my instructions. I've named my file. All right. If you have a printer, it shows you how to print. Right. But basically now it's saying you're done. All right. There's some other stuff it will show you that you can do. Like using help to maybe correct your spelling or things like that. And I think here, almost, okay, one more. To exit Word. All right, we exited Word. And now, really, it doesn't really show you, but there's now you're done, basically. So you're finished your assignment, you come back to this page here. I left it open, you can come back to it. Anytime you want. Here, I'll show you. You can just go to Word Assignment 3. Click the Start button. All right, and now I'm going to check to make sure I'm named correctly. SC underscore WD1, SC underscore WD1 underscore real estate flyer, real estate for formatted underscore. Okay, so this is the correct name for the document. All right. I, in my imagination, finished all of it. See, this is what you should have been seeing. That's what I was looking for, this little icon, but you don't see it in the instructions that come from the book. So I'll tell you, when you get to the end and you're done and there's no more instructions in the chapter, then it's time for you to upload it, right? So click on your link, go to your folder that you created with the file in it. Here's the file you want to check. All right, it's going to upload it. And now it says you have, if you see this, then you have been successful. If you don't, it'll give you like a colored box here and it'll say, hey, by the way, that's not named correctly and that's not what I was expecting. And now you can click the Submit for Grade. All right. And now it's going to allow me to look at my graded summary report. Right? So I click on that. I can open it up. Let's see how badly I did by only following 2 instructions. This is probably the best part of SAM. In my opinion, I've been working with SAM for, geez, a very, very, very long time. And so I don't really need that, but okay, so this is what it gives you. I should have edited so I could close that. All right, here we go. Do that again. Enable editing so that I could turn off that. There we go. That makes so. This is the best part of Word. What it tells you is that did I start and use Word? Well, yes, I did, and I adjusted the margins, so I got 2 points out of 2 points. I entered text in the document. It says to type text, to word wrap text as you type. Oh, okay, I didn't type the word features, but anyway. So as I went through the things that I did, it's giving me points for, and the things that I did not do, it's not giving me points for. So if you go through here and you're like, well, I got 91 out of 100 points, go find where your points are off, and it'll give you can see I didn't do a lot, but it'll give you a red X, it'll give you a feedback, and in some of them, it'll tell you like exactly what page to go back to. But enhancing the page, for example, right? If I made a mistake in the enhancing the page section, then I can go back to my instructions and look at the enhancing the page. Where is it at? I can't find the enhancing the page. It's too many instructions. The section on, okay, well, here, theme colors, right? So I can look at picture events, text, zooms, right? I can look for theme colors, and I can find the theme colors thing, and that's where that instruction is going to be, right? So let me find it. I really want to find it so you can demonstrate it because I want you to think I'm not lying. theme colors, dude. All right, let's take a look and see if we can find theme colors. Yeah, okay, so here's the theme colors. Unfortunately, the table of contents doesn't tell you that it's theme colors, but that's what it is, right? I can select and change the text effects and change the colors of texts and everything. Well, that's, if I missed that in the instruction, if the feedback is telling you that's what I missed, I should be able to go back to the book and find the instruction on how to change whatever it was. Like I didn't change the size and the color of house for sale, right? So I could, if I did that, I would be able to see on this page what I was supposed to do and then redo it. And then I think the overriding most best thing about SAM is after you've done it once and you've said, oh, okay, I see what I did wrong, you could take that original file again, right? This original file that you were working on, and then you can say, oh, I didn't do that. Go back to it and change it. Make it, whatever size it's supposed to be, and apply whatever I don't know which particular one it asks you to do, but this one here, something like that, right? So you can go back and fix it, save this, and then upload it again and see if that's right, right? So you can multiple times come back to this page, refresh it, and then come back here and upload a new one. And when you upload the new one, it'll say, yes, you did it. You can look at now the new graded summary report. And the new graded summary report, I'll do it just to show you. It's not going to be better because I didn't do anything right, but it is certainly there. All right. All right. So now I've got one summary report that was at 2:26 p.m. and another one that was at 2:31 p.m. I'm going to look at the latest summary report. I could look at all of them if I want to. But so anyway, so that's how SAM works. Right? SAM works by when you click the link and you get to this place, you use your starting document file. This is for Word. Excel will have something for Excel, and PowerPoint will have something for PowerPoint. Maybe a file that you need, like this support file for a document image that you need. And it's going to have instructions. Now, don't know if all of them have that instructions like that. So I'm going to really quick, since we've already spent 23 minutes, I'm going to see what the PowerPoint one looks like. Oh, that's not in here. It's in here. Okay. MindTap readings and activities. Here's the one for PowerPoint, or one of the ones for PowerPoint. Because I want to see if they make you go back to the book for the instructions or if they give you the instructions separately. I hope they give you the instructions separately. Yeah, so in this case, right, PowerPoint, if I download all the files, here, I'm going to get rid of this. If I download the files for this assignment, it's going to give me my instructions and my PowerPoint and the JPEG, right? So now I can completely not bother with having MindTap open. I can open the instructions, right? And the instructions. Now, if you don't have Word, again, you can use Office 365 for the Word, but for PowerPoint, right, it gives you the Word a Word document of instructions, and oh, what happened to the PowerPoint? Anyway, it'll give you the Word instruction, and then you can open up PowerPoint over here, right, and then, sorry, and then follow the instructions in the document to open them up in PowerPoint. Now, all this, how I did mine, really is a function of my platform. So I have a Windows 11 computer with Word and Excel and PowerPoint already installed. If you've got an operating system computer, not a Chromebook, but if you've got a computer with an operating system on it, You can use that Office 365 button to download Office 365 applications and install them on your computer. And then you'll have them. You log in with your post email address and you can use them. If you don't, you can still use the web page. It'll be a little more cumbersome in this case, right, where you're going to have to use one browser for your instructions and another browser for your PowerPoint. You can still do it, all right? And that's what you need to do for the assignments. There's going to be at least one for Word, at least one for Excel, and I think there's more than one for PowerPoint. And that's how you do it. You go to your MindTap assignment page, download the necessary files. Once you've downloaded the necessary files, you can store them. What I did to show you was I put them in my post-university folder so that I would be able to find them later and use them within Office 365. And then you can work together with Office 365, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint to accomplish all those things. If this was too quick or too hard, I'm hoping you remember that you can watch this. It's going to be on YouTube. You can watch this as many times as you want. You can put it in slow motion if you want. You can pause it a million times if you want. But the overall general idea is go to the MindTap assignment page, download the files that you start with, follow the instructions in those files, then go back to the MindTap page and upload the finished file, and it will give you feedback on how you did, what you did, and how to correct it usually. So if you have any other questions, you can ask again, but the answer is probably in this video. So go back and pause, and you should be able to get through that. And once you do the first one, the second one will be cake, and the third one will be easier. So don't worry about that. This is Dr. Zullo from your FYE 130 class at Post University. If you didn't get it from this video, don't hesitate at all to call the Academic Success Center, and the folks in the tutoring center will help you walk through it. They'll get you on a Teams and they'll walk you through the whole thing. No problem. They know exactly what they're doing. Dr. Zullo, FYE 130. Thanks again. Talk to you soon in the discussion boards.